this is D-Vang. Welcome to episode 88 of the Outlaw Joseph Scott's. This is a town episode. I've entitled it Me and My Shadow. Joseph, last episode, got a companion, an orphan Annabelle, who is following him around and is going to be joining him on his adventures. He cannot get rid of the pesky girl. Anyway, I would like to apologize for the delay in posting this video. Real life gets in the way sometimes, and unfortunately, I have not yet been able to get, real life job and stuff, and playing games to merge, and so unfortunately it means playing games like making Brimstone comes in second in certain situations, which is unfortunate, but it is what it is. So again, I apologize for the delay, but I'm hoping I can get back on to the proper schedule and keep updating things for you. Anyway, thanks for your patience, and I hope you enjoy the episode. Alright everyone, here we are. So, we have Annabelle and Joseph getting ready to head to a new town after saving them from an overrun. One of the other towns from being overrun. So we need to do some of our cleanup. We need to roll for corruption. So there is Joseph. He is still lacking one ornate case for his second pistol, so we will roll the 3 dice for him. Okay, so there is one potential corruption. And it is. He fails that. I think he had grit left, so we'll go ahead and grit that, and that blocks it. Great. So we will now head to town, and now we need to travel. Okay. Joseph's got his Spitfire horse. Annabelle has nothing. So, let's see. Let's go to a large town, because we know we definitely want to try to get a blacksmith for some darkstone bullets, and to get probably a grip for Annabelle, whatever weapon she decides she wants to go with. She did pick up this executioner pistol, which actually is probably pretty nice. That would get her 3 shots with +1 damage. So that's she'll probably keep that. I don't know, I haven't looked through all the buildings to see what she could buy, but that's definitely something that's going to be a potential. She also has the cavalry saber, which lets her make melee attacks, so it might be good for her to get a darkstone grip. It has 2 slots. She can get a darkstone grip for the cavalry saber to give her 3 melee attacks, or we can see what else we want her to pick up there. So I would definitely suggest that might be what she wants to do. Let's see what else might be important. She's also going to give, or Joseph is going to give her the healing stone. That's going to free up 1 space on Joseph for Joseph to carry things. Since she has a little bit of room. She's only got a strength of 1, which means she can carry 6 things, which is right now she's got her starting pistol, the executioner pistol, the cavalry saber, and the healing stone. So she's got 4 items. Obviously, she'll sell she can't dual wield pistols, so she will sell her starting pistol. But anyway, that's probably going to be it. We'll need to decide whether we want to have her keep the cavalry saber,
and a pistol, or if we want her to use a rifle. Basically, that's going to kind of be what it comes down to. Is she going to use cavalry saber plus a pistol, so she gets a melee and range attacks, which, considering there's only 2 of them, melee is going to be pretty inevitable. Or she can take a rifle, or we can get her like a shotgun, which could be an interesting dichotomy there with Joseph and having his twin pistols, and then she gets a shotgun. That is going to be interesting to decide. Yeah, so we'll have to see. We'll have to see what we want to do, or we could try to go all melee with her if you want. And she can certainly have a rifle and then some melee weapons. Certainly, if we really wanted to do something like that, but no, we'll kind of see. Right, the executioner pistol and the cavalry saber kind of fell into her hands. So I think right now, for now anyway, that's going to be the way she's going to go. But all that aside for now, let's go ahead and travel. So if we're going to a large town, each hero has a travel hazard, and then rolls a d6 to see if we have more travel hazards. So Joseph is red, the Annabelle is purple. It doesn't really matter, so we get 2 more travel hazards. So that's actually going to be four travel hazards that we are, the 2 of them are going to encounter. And that is a lot of travel hazards. So we will have to see this. We'll have to see how this is going to go. All right, but we are on the expanded travel hazard chart. So let's see what hazards we get. So red is going to be the first digit. The first one is a 64, which is a search party. You come across a search party scouring the land for a lost child taken in the night by a dark creature. They seem beaten down and weary as they tell you that this is the 5th child to have been taken and none have returned. Each hero may decide to press on to their destination or to stop and help in the search for the missing child. Any hero that decides to help must make a Spirit 6+ test. If at least 3 successes are rolled, i.e. dice that roll 6+, between all heroes helping, the child is found and rescued. Each helping hero gains d6 times $100, can remove d3 corruption points. Otherwise, the child is lost for good, and every hero that helped loses 1 sanity permanently. Ooh, well, and we know Joseph's has 1 spirit, which is not going to be very helpful. 3 spirit for Annabelle. So that's 4 dice needing to get 6s. Sorry, folks, we can't help. I think that's going to have to be their answer. As much as I may like to, with only 4 dice and needing 3 6s, they don't have much of a choice, and I don't certainly want to lose 1 permanent sanity. So, second one, but there's no penalty for not trying, or there's no penalty for not trying, for ignoring the event. It's only if you try to help and fail. You're confronted with the hopelessness of it. Alright, so red die is the first digit. This is the second one, so a 23, which is going to be Living Hills. Something's not right here. The hills surrounding the valley you are in seem to be shifting and stirring before your eyes. The road before you opens up to reveal a massive demonic maw waiting to devour you whole. Each hero must make an agility 5+ test to avoid the maw. Okay. So, Joseph has 6 agility, so let's go ahead and we'll get him. It's pretty, except, of course, he fails. He does get an extra die. So let's get it for his horse. So, no, alright, well, he will spend 1 of his 2 grit then. Interesting that 7 dice and he doesn't get a single 5+. There we go. So he had to spend a grit though. And then Annabelle has a 4 agility. Easy breezy for her. So they both avoid it, but if past gain 15 experience, so and that will be important for Annabelle as she is continuing to try to level up. If we failed, we lose a transport and a sanity permanently. Excuse me. But we did survive. Alright, 2 down, 2 to go. Okay, 65. Did we just do that? No, Gulch Ambush. We seem to get that a lot though. Each hero has to make an agility 5+ or lore 5+. Their agility is both their highs. So, Joseph succeeds. Okay, and Annabelle has a 4. She succeeds. Okay, good. So, if past gain 25 more experience, and you can invade. So, alright, so 25 more experience for Annabelle. Okay, that's good for her. Alright, and now the 4th and final event is going to be a 21. The Mimic Beast. We saw this before. So this is unfortunate. Walking in the night, you see one of the other posse members moving about. As your eyes focus, see that they're covered in blood and seem to have torn apart one of the horses and are eating it now. With a sudden motion, they look over at you, their eyes reflecting inhumanly in the flickering firelight. So we had this once when it was just Joseph. And we just kind of said, well, it doesn't really make a difference. But he now has a companion. So we do have to figure out a random hero. So 1, 2, 3 is going to be Joseph. 4, 5, 6 is Annabelle. So it is Annabelle. Okay. So Annabelle has to discard any transport she has. And therefore, 1 random hero is missing. That seems kind of weird. Alright, okay. Well, Annabelle has no transport, so thematically it seems like we should just say, since there's only 1 transport, it should be Joseph's horse that gets eaten, but that is not what the rules say. It says 1 random hero has to discard a transport. Any transport they have, and then another random hero is missing. So who is missing? Joseph is missing. Okay, so Joseph takes D6 wounds that carries over. So he takes 1 wound that's going to carry over to the next adventure. And he's going to lose D6 times 25 experience. Joseph's well over anything. It's not going to like de-level him or anything, and he's not worried about gaining more where he is. Alright, so that is all the travel hazards. So nothing too horrible, actually, it turns out. And so now we need to see if we have a specialty town. And the town is a 4, which is a plague town. Woo. Alright, so if we find the card for the plague town. Dun dun dun. Alright, so we have special rules. Plague town always has a doctor's office and a church. So we will need to take out those tokens. Doctor's office and church. Okay. And anytime the hero rolls a 7 on a location event chart, the heroes are brushed with the plague. So we'll roll a d6. Heroes can attempt to tend to the sick, which makes them make cunning tests. Okay, Annabelle only has a 2 cunning. It gives you experience, basically. And possibly you get a gear card. And you can buy some medical supplies if you need to. Okay. That's not horrible, but alright. So let us do a quick swap out here. Okay, so large town, we know we have a doctor's office and a church. So what else do we have? We have a sheriff's office, which Annabelle can actually go to. So it might be interesting to go check that out simply because we can. We have a blacksmith. Good. We have a saloon. We have a general store. We have the Frontier Outpost. And we have a street market. So now the question is, what do we want to do? Well, let's I guess we can start with actually the daily event card. Actually, let's kind of shift everything over here so that we can have a box to roll in here. So the daily event card is just another day on the frontier, no effect. Specialty town roll on the daily events chart. So specialty town, we roll on the daily events chart. 1d6. A 4, which says, it's the end of days. A band of death cult fanatics carrying signs and torches march through town, setting fire to buildings to purge the unclean. Each hero may roll an agility 4+ test to help put out the fires. For each 4+ roll, choose one building to protect. Any buildings not protected by the heroes are destroyed in the fire. Well, alright. Well, they might as well both. And agility, luckily, agility is their high stat. So, Joseph, every 4+. Wow. Okay. Joseph has pretty much blocked, protected every building himself. We can ignore the church for the moment and the sheriff's office. Simply because he doesn't really care about saving those. and then Annabelle. Wow, do you believe that? 10 dice, all 10 succeeded. With a 4+. Wow, they really protected this town. All right, well, so that did absolutely nothing, which is a good thing. It still gives us options. All right, so let's go ahead. So the first thing we're going to do, Annabelle is going to sell her starting pistol back for $50. And that will take care of that. It frees up a little bit of space. I guess Annabelle needs to go to the blacksmith because she's the one that has the executioner's pistol, unless we decide we want to get a different weapon for her. So, but we obviously know we want to do the blacksmith, and Joseph will want to. Joseph will want to probably rob the Frontier Outpost Bank simply so that he can get some more Darkstone. Since we're going to be spending Darkstone, we don't have a lot of Darkstone because Joseph didn't really plan ahead. We know we're going to have to spend 2 for Darkstone bullets, unless we want to get like an additional one. But I'm guessing not. That's going to be expensive. We've only got 5 Darkstone. So that's enough for And that's not even enough for a Darkstone grip. So actually, oops, can't go get anything with that. So yeah, he definitely has to hit the Frontier Outpost before we can go to the blacksmith, because I need to see if I can get enough Darkstone to be able to get a grip. So this is one of the few times I'm going to take the chance to not hit the blacksmith on the first day. So Joseph needs to go to the Frontier Outpost, try to get as much Darkstone as he can. So what does that leave for Annabelle? Annabelle could go to the doctor's office to get the anti-venom injection, and then potentially also purchase some healing herbs or bandages. Oh, in fact, you know what? She will also... I think I'm going to go ahead and sell these hatchets that she picked up. You know, I'm just going to forget that they have them. She picked up those two, you know, the throwing hatchets. I'm probably going to forget she has them. I tend to forget the side bags. And she's probably going to want healing and, you know, whiskey and things like that to heal stuff. Even though throwing hatchets can be useful for those extra attacks, but now I think so. I'm going to sell those, and that gives us $50 each. So that's $100. That will help. But let's see what else. What are the other places she can go to? What's at the sheriff's office? So she can go there to get a bounty. Which could be interesting. She could get deputized, which would be interesting. She could get cutting in the keyword law. That would be kind of silly, though. There's the executioner shotgun, range of three shots, using the D8, and +1 damage if the target is adjacent. And that's nice. The challenge being it has a Darkstone icon and does not have any upgrade slots, but most shotguns basically it has kind of a built-in Darkstone grip to it because it gives it 3 shots. As I recall, the normal shotgun has 1 shot, but it has a longer range, so. You know, I don't know if that's necessarily worth going there for. Caped overcoat. Ooh, and that reminds me. Before I go too far along, because I saw something that said something about like at the start of town, the Orphan Annabelle does have to make a roll for her mission. I completely forgot about that, and I have to remember that. At the start of town, she needs to make a roll for her mission. And what that means here is let me grow up, making discoveries. 3 dice. And she's looking for triples. And she can use a grit to reroll any of these. I'm going to say she probably can. I mean, she didn't use a grit at all so far. So, nah. I mean, she didn't get doubles. Maybe if she had gotten a double, but she didn't. So, there were no discoveries made towards growing up towards her mission. So. I won't worry about that, and that is out of the way. So yeah, I don't think there's anything at the sheriff's office that she might want to do other than the bounty, which I don't think she wants to deal with. We have the church. She could get like an aura or something, but nah. We don't have any corruption to get rid of, so that's probably okay. The saloon, if we wanted to get a little bit more money, could be useful. We don't need the blacksmith yet. The general store, the general store has a shotgun, range 5, one shot. So, so it's a double barrel shotgun with a one less range, but it gives +1 damage adjacent. Quick draw pistol, gunfighter's pistol, 3 shots, range 7, with 1 upgrade slot. How do we compare that to the executioner's pistol? Alright, so the executioner's pistol is 1 less shot, 1 less range, but the executioner's pistol has the +1 damage. +1 damage is probably very useful. So there's probably not really anything at the general store other than we can pick up like whiskey and bandages and tonics. She probably doesn't need to go there since we can get bandages at the doctor's office, whiskey at the saloon. Plus, we can do other things at those locations. Because she could go to the frontier outpost to train and to get a bounty. So at the same time Joseph is robbing the bank, she can go do that. So certainly training, since we've got money, Joseph had some money built up, could be very useful. Get her leveled up at least once pretty quickly would be nice. And then at the street market, what else might she want to do? We don't want to sell Darkstone. Don't have any parasites for the bathhouse to worry about. So we do have the ornate pistol, which is 2 dice, range 7. Once per fight, add 2 damage to a hit. Okay. Butcher's Blade. Each time you wound an enemy with a combat hit, you can add +1 damage to all of your other combat hits for the rest of this turn, and it stacks for multiple hits. Ooh. 2 upgrade slots, 750. That's, I never really looked at that. That could be really useful. It would mean that she's got obviously separate weapons for melee and ranged, because she's not using cavalry saber, and I kind of like the idea of using the cavalry saber. So let's hold off on that. Could get her a transport. Could get her a horse. Although I don't know that I care about getting these horses here. What else could she get? Clothing and equipment. We could buy an ornate case for Joseph. Anything else that she... Nah, nothing else that she'd want to buy there. Okay, so I don't think we want to go to the street market. I think that's pretty good. I think probably the good idea is let's go to the frontier outpost. Let's have them both go to the frontier outpost. I like the idea of getting her training, since we've got the money. Actually, we'll take that back. We might not. If Joseph can get a bunch of Darkstone, I mean, it costs 1,200. Well, he's not going to be able to do 2, because there's no way he's going to get... I mean, we need 8 Darkstone per grip. So at most, we're going to be able to get 1 Darkstone grip. And that assumes we even can with getting bullets. So yeah, I think we can spend the money to train for her. So let's do that. So day 1, I know that was kind of all long-winded, but this is obviously kind of new, as having 2 characters and trying to decide what they're both going to do. So we have a frontier outpost. So let's roll for Joseph and see what happens at the frontier outpost. So a 7 is a trading post. However, we get that plus he has a brush with the plague. So what is his brush with the plague? Oops, let's roll it in the box as a 2. Discard 1 item or D3 side bag tokens as they rot away in front of your eyes. Well, I don't think there's an item that he wants to get rid of. I mean, I guess he could get rid of the life water. That's probably going to be the least icky thing for him to get rid of. I think it's probably just going to be better to get rid of a D3 side bag token. So let's get rid of 2 side bag tokens, and that we'll take 2 herbs. Since he's got 2 herbs, 2 tonics, and a tequila, the herbs are going to be the easiest to replace. So his herbs go away. The trading post is draw an artifact. So let's see what kind of artifact we get. So the world is the artifacts from Jargano. And the artifact is the Sapari Flute. Once per adventure, heal D6 sanity from yourself and each other hero. For 225, and he can buy it for a D6 times 150. So you can buy it for 300. So no, it's not worth picking up. All right, and then Annabelle, her event there is a 9. Darkstone shortage. You can sell Darkstone for a D6 times 50. Well, we don't actually want to sell Darkstone. We need as much as we can get, since we need to outfit Annabelle. Well, there you go. So Annabelle's going to train and pick up a bounty. So the bounty says, and it's a good question whether or not we want to use that bounty track or chart, or if we want to use the chart from the law from the sheriff's office. I know it's for the sheriff's office, but I think it might be just better. You draw a low threat card, and basically the XP counts as the amount of gold you get for it. But that would be a house rule, and we'll go with what's printed. I don't think it's horrible. I mean, it's kind of unlikely to run into some of this stuff anyway. So 6 slashers. So slashers are worth 200. And that is the advantage of the bounties from the outpost, is that they are worth more. Because you don't get 200 experience for a slasher. So $200 for each slasher that gets killed. So it's possible we might get a slasher. And then she's going to train with the soldiers. So that gives her a D6 times 25 experience. So that's going to get her 100 experience. So that is excellent. That she said she needs all that she can get to level up. Oh, and I am splitting experience. I'm playing this fully co-op. I know that's sort of technically a house roll, but so all the monsters that were killed, the only thing that's not split, all the monsters that were killed, add up all their experience, including number of hits and stuff like that, to kill them, and then split in half. Half goes to Joseph, half goes to Annabelle, and then Annabelle, character specific things like loot cards, which in most cases is going to be the same, but it's not always. But the experience for loot cards and scavenging are specific to the character. They are not totaled together and then split. So Annabelle had a couple scavenging extra experience. Their loot cards ended up being the same last time, but she had some extra there, and of course any extra doing things like training with the soldiers is going to be individual as well. But just thought I would mention that. That is how I'm doing this. That's what we use in my groups when we play. Just because it's purely co-op, then it's not a rush to see who can kill everything first. You can set up combos for people. Like the rancher is good at finishing off wounded models, and so you want to wound models, and you can let the rancher clean them up, and so on and so on like that. So it's much more cooperative in that regard. So that is the way I'm playing it here. Just thought I would point that out. And that's all she wants to do, unless she could pick up something like the military gloves or desert boots. She could buy a cavalry saber. No, she's already got one. She doesn't need to buy any dynamite or anything else. So I think that's all she wants to do. I don't think we need to get her gloves or boots from here. But that was well useful. So Joseph, that's all she wants to do. Joseph is going to hold up the bank. So he's going to make an agility test to rob the outpost bank. That's kind of crappy. He only gets one success, so he will spend his last grit to go grab all of these and re-roll. Oops. In the box. Good. Alright, so 4 successes and no ones, so he doesn't take any hits. So he's got 4 successes. Alright, so with this in mind, does he grab any money or just Darkstone? You know what? Let's grab just Darkstone. We know we want to spend 8 and then 2. So we need a total of 10. So Joseph needs to get 5 Darkstone. Because he's got 5 right now. So for 2 Darkstone bullets and 8 for a grip. So D3 Darkstone for each one. Nice. So 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So he actually picks up 10 Darkstone. Excellent. Which is exactly what we need, and then that leaves him with 5 left. So that is the end, and that's all Joseph's going to do here, as usual. So end of day 1. We need to see if there's a town event. There is not. And then we need to see how badly Joseph's recognized. He's not recognized at all. Probably because he has this little girl following him around. And they're like, that can't be Joseph. So excellent. So we are now primed for Annabelle to go to the blacksmith on day 2. We do need to pick up the town event, the daily event card, which says Mob Riot. Okay, the Mob Riot. Each hero can attempt to quell the riot by making strength 4+. If failed, the hero is knocked over the head by the crowd, taking d6 wounds, ignoring defense, and can do nothing else during this day. If they pass, they gain 20 experience and can choose to protect 1 building. Then roll a die for each building that was not protected. On the roll of 1 or 2, that building is destroyed. Okay. Well, Annabelle only has a strength of 1, so she is not going to attempt. Joseph... well, Joseph has a strength of 3. So it would be good to try to protect the blacksmith, just in case. So he's gonna try what is a 4+. And Annabelle, and it is worth some experience to pass. You know what? Annabelle's gonna give it a try. She has 1 grit, so she can potentially do it. So sure, she's gonna try 50-50. No, she fails. All right, so she'll spend her grit. So she'll try again. 50% chance. She succeeds. Okay, so she's gonna get 25 or 20 more experience, and she gets to protect 1 building, which we will use to protect the blacksmith that she wants to go to. And then Joseph will try, and that uses up her grit though. And Joseph has 4 dice. I mean, it would be good for the doctor's office. I think that's really the only other place, and maybe the saloon. We did lose all our healing herbs and whatnot, so but he's got 4 dice needing at least 1 success, so let's go with that. Good. All right, so he can protect 2, so let's protect the doctor's office and the saloon. That way Joseph can go to the saloon and gamble this turn. And then next turn we can go to the doctor's office and probably gamble again, and then leave. I think that might be the plan. So now we roll a die for each building that's not protected. So the church is fine. The sheriff's office is fine. The general store is fine. The frontier outpost destroyed by the mob. They are angry at the soldiers for not protecting them well enough. And the street market's fine. Okay. That was that daily event. Alright, and Joseph. So yeah, Joseph, although actually, Joseph doesn't have to go to the saloon. He could go buy replacement stuff. Nah, he'll go to the saloon. Let's go to the saloon. Let's try to get some money this round. Okay, so blacksmith. Let's do the blacksmith here. So Annabelle at the blacksmith. What does she get? She has a 10. A forging sale. All prices are minus $50. Awesome. That is perfect. And she has all of the darkstone. So we'll go ahead and spend the 10 darkstone to get darkstone grip for the executioner pistol. I think that's going to be a better option than the cavalry saber, since the executioner's pistol is +1 damage. And we will buy 2 sets of darkstone bullets. So that's going to be a total of 10 darkstone, which she got from Joseph, who had just got that from the bank. And then I could buy a tomb chest. I think I'm not going to buy a tomb chest for her. Not carry that extra weight. And I don't think there's anything else we want to buy. Actually, you know what? Let's get her. She can't get a Spitfire horse, but we could get her. We did spend a bunch of money. I was going to say we could get her a horse. Give her some more spirit or agility or strength while traveling. And a little bit of experience every time she travels. You know what? Let's not spend the money though. I think that's all she's going to do. Might be good to get a stagecoach instead at some point. Since there's not 2 of them. 3,200. Each hero gains 15 experience, and you can cancel one travel hazard. And there are 2 of them, so that actually might not be a bad thing if we sell Joseph's Spitfire. Poor Joseph. I guess we don't have to, but it would. I mean, it would help. Because Joseph doesn't have to ride in the coach. Because he doesn't need the experience. Huh. That's a thought. Let me finish up with Joseph and kind of mull on whether or not to, because it is 3,200, which uses up a lot of their money. They did, you know what? Let's not, simply because that would leave them pretty much broke. Because we did just have to pay the 1,200 for the Darkstone grip. So let's see what Joseph manages to win here. So he's going to do the poker. So his poker, he's a 5 cunning in town. So $50. $50 for every 5 plus rolled. So he's going to gain $50. He has no grit. And it's not going to buy one from the saloon girl. So he gained $50, which isn't horrible. All right, and then craps. So and his luck is 4. He breaks even because he got 1 5 plus. So he breaks even. All right, so he's up $50. Not horrible. He will go ahead, though, and purchase at the saloon. He will purchase 1 whiskey, which then he can give to Annabelle and let her carry it. And then she will buy, when she hits the doctor's office tomorrow to get her injection, she can also pick up some bandages and stuff, which she can then give to, they can then exchange with Joseph. So, we don't need this anymore. Okay, so that is the end of the day. Let's, and Joseph didn't make any real money, so, at the saloon, so we won't worry about that. Joseph is recognized, still not recognized at all. Everybody's confused about Joseph hanging out with this little girl. He's trying to get away from her. She keeps following him. Alright, so, and is there a town event? Oops, in the box would be good. There is not. So day 3. Day 3. Alright, what is the event card for day 3? Is just another day, no events, but it is a specialty town. So daily events on the specialty town, which says it is 2, building decay, rickety and rotten. One of the more decayed buildings in town collapses, a random building is destroyed. Alright, so what is destroyed? Hopefully count of 1. It is 4, the blacksmith. Good thing we were just there. So, day 3. Alright. Joseph. Well, I think, yeah. So the plan is Annabelle's going to go to the doctor's office. She'll get the injection. She'll buy some healing supplies. And Joseph's just going to kind of hang out. He could go back to the saloon to gamble some more. That kind of offsets the fact that he might, if he stays, he might spend money being recognized. And so far we've been extremely lucky that Joseph has not been recognized. So you know what, kind of thematically, Joseph's going to take off. Boom. He's actually not going to stay. He's just going to take... but if this is going to be the last day, Joseph doesn't actually have to pay for being recognized. He just needs to pay if he wants to stay for another day, right? So, I mean, thematically, it might be kind of fun for him to just run away, and basically she catches up to him. He hasn't gotten used to her yet, but he's gonna go gamble in the saloon. We'll have him gamble again because the gambling in the street market I'm not a particularly big fan of. It really is difficult, at least for me, to succeed here. The saloon's much easier to at least break even and not lose anything. So that's what they're going to do. Oh, you know what? And I didn't roll for Joseph his event at the saloon, did I? His daily event last turn. Oh, he was assassinated. Okay. Okay. So it would have been a luck test. He can make a spirit or luck test. So 6+, and he succeeded. So that could have been really bad if I having skipped that, but I didn't. So, alright. So what happens at the saloon now, though? So he wasn't recognized, but he got attempted assassination. So a bar fight. He has to make a strength test to push his way to safety. Alright. So he has a 3 strength. And he got a 5, which is what he needs. So he's good. He doesn't take any additional wounds. And then he will go ahead and gamble. So craps is luck. One success, so he breaks even. And the poker he does pretty well on poker though. So he gains $100. Nice. Every little bit helps. And you know what? Let's go ahead. We'll buy one more. Well, no, let's not buy another whiskey. We kind of want to inundate ourselves, I think, with herbs. He already has a tequila. We got one whiskey for her. Plus, we have the healing stone and the life water if need be. So I think we're probably okay. For sanity stuff. Not a lot does, huge amounts unless you get some real unfortunate grouping of enemies with certain abilities that augment the sanity damage. So we will finish up here with Annabelle at the doctor's office. Her event is an 11 special mission. Doctor gives her a specimen jar and asks you to recover a sample from the other world. Okay, so she gets a specimen jar. Okay, excellent. Free specimen jar. So she'll pay the $10 for the anti-venom injection. And then she will buy healing herbs. No tonics. So she will buy... actually, she's going to sell the dynamite. The dynamite could come in handy, actually. Now, you know what? Again, it's one of those things where, like the hatchets, I'm probably just going to be silly enough, or lazy enough to not really remember that I've got these things in the side bag to use. I'm just going to pick up, healing stuff. Offensive stuff, I just probably won't remember with all the stuff that I've got going on. So let's simply buy 5, we'll buy five herbs. Because she's got to obviously share some with Joseph. That's kind of the plan. He sent her on the errand to go pick up some healing herbs. And that is what they're going to do. And she's, he's going to give her some whiskey. And and we'll be all good. So that is the plan for that. And she gets the injection to make her immune to poison, because it's a dangerous world out there. Boom. Alright, so day 3. Is there a town event? There is not. There is not a town event. So maybe she's a bit of good luck. But there, I think that's it. I don't think we're going to stick around for another day. I don't see much point to it. Yeah, I don't see any point to sticking around. So they're going to head out into the mines for the next adventure, which should be, I believe, the first of the Belial missions. So we'll have to see how that goes, and of course on the higher difficulty. So she does have a Darkstone grip and an Executioner's pistol plus the Cavalry saber to give a little bit extra oomph. And hopefully that is enough, even though she's very low on total health and sanity, with only 8 health and 10 sanity. So she's still an only, and that might have been a good thing to look at getting her as better armor than the 6+ armor. I don't know if there is actually anything that gives better armor. That I can buy anywhere. I should have probably thought about that. I mean, it does feel kind of sad to get rid of, you know, her built-in armor. But you know, that said, you know what? I think everything's 6+ that you can buy. So I don't think there's anything as far as armor. Yeah, I don't think there's any armor that she could buy. I mean, conceivably, we could have Joseph give her the helmet to give her a 5+, and then he keeps the tribal armor for the reroll. If I need to give her more durability, because she only has 8 health and 10 sanity, but I'm more concerned about the health. That could be again, she could get knocked out pretty quickly, so we may actually fail the Belial mission, or flee, just to prevent her from getting a bunch of injuries and things like that. And if that's the case, I'll probably keep playing until until we succeed. But let me know what you think. I can worry about this for the next mission. Do you think we should give Annabelle some of Joseph's armor? Whether it's the helmet, which is a 5+ armor save, or the tribal armor, which she would keep her 6+ but would give her rerolls. Yeah, so let me know what you think. If you think for next episode, if you think that's a good idea to give her some more survivability, or we just play it as is. We do have 1 revive, and if we use that up and run into trouble, we'll just flee and then come back to the mission again until we get her built up a bit and a little bit more durable. Food for thought. So let me know what you think in regards to that. And thanks for watching, and I will see you next week.